Welcome back, guys. Welcome, kings.
Welcome, queens.
Welcome to the KommonSense Podcast. I'm just truly sorted, and he's Israel. Do you know the funniest is? I was about to say Israel, the controversial Israel, but I don't want to say that again because you say you don't want that tagline. So
Yeah, but anyway, if you say it, I realize it's a badge of honor.
you okay?
Well,
So I should keep saying it.
well, not necessary. You don't have to.
Good. Guys, thank you guys. Thank you everyone. We really appreciate the support. Yeah, it's not these are the things we don't take for granted. I can see we're getting a lot of tractions, a lot of views on our YouTube channel.
Momentum as well.
There's a lot of thank you.
You're riding on it.
You say yes.
Really right.
Thank you. We're getting a lot of momentum. And for some funny reason, people are beginning to like what we are talking about.
Yeah.
People like our viewpoints.
Yeah, people reached out to me and were like, wow, they're so impressed by the things we're saying. All right. And, that just propels me, to want to do more.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I would say I'm enjoying what I'm doing.
Sure.
And the fact that it's not also thanks to you guys. I mean, thank you guys for your overwhelming support. As it's not something we take for granted.
That's all.
So you're the reason why we curate content like this. So
Sure.
Thank you.
Share our podcasts and with your friends,
Absolutely.
families.
Absolutely.
Let them enjoy what you're enjoying too.
Okay. I think you need to be audible, remember?
Yes. I'm trying to,
Good. Talking about audible. Right. What's the topic for today?
Today, we are talking on a very, very important topic. That's actually also very passionate. She's the male child. In our society today, you see everybody talking about the girl child, the girl child, the girl child, the girl child.
Are we talking about a male child or a man? Who is a man?
The man, yeah, there's a man, yeah. But before anyone becomes a man, you have to grow up from being a child.
No. So if you bring that in, we have to take it from a different perspective. So it will be a longer take that we're going to do today. So I will want us to keep on that part of who is a man in the home.
Okay.
That's what I want us to just narrow it down to. That's what I would say. Yeah. Who is a man? What does a man mean to you? If you are asked, if as a woman, who is a man to you? It's like me telling you who is your husband.
See, growing up as a child.
Yes.
I had a father.
Absolutely.
Who was straight.
Mine was very straight. Very straight.
Yeah, your father was a military man.
Yeah, thank you. Or by military, yeah, it was very straight.
Yeah, so I had a father who was straight. He's still alive, but I have a father.
Yeah, mine is fast on.
Yeah,
Bless
he
him.
was straight,
Mm-hmm.
disciplined.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Yet he was caring
and loving.
and loving.
Yeah. Guys, the fact that they were disciplined doesn't mean that they weren't caring. They were caring as well and loving.
It shows you could have both reality.
Absolutely.
But in a world today where you have to either take one or the other,
yeah,
I've come to that point where I realize that the society is manufacturing broken men.
Oh, wow.
And dangerous men.
Broken and dangerous men. That's the word. Society, according to it said society is manufacturing broken and dangerous men.
And that's because we are lacking real fathers.
Real fathers.
And real men.
Absolutely. And I agree with you on that one. And
so what do you think about that?
You don't want to hear my opinion on this topic because if I give my opinion,
that's why we are here.
It's going to come off as like women will target as misogynistic or whatever they call it.
Narcissistic, is it though?
Listen, this is common sense, guys.
Yeah.
I would hope that you can, whatever I'm going to say today, I will hope that you can decipher it through your common sense, right? I was raised in a home where my father was very strict. He was a no-nonsense military man. And he caused the shots in the house. My mom, an amazing woman, loving as well. And those kind of homes where when you stand before your father, you are looking at him as a god. You dare not say a word. Pain, you can't even say it. So when you come, I'll give you a bit of a background story, very quick. When you walk into my father's living room and he's sitting with his wife, which is my mom, there are some basic rules you must follow. When you stand before my father, your hands must be behind your back. And there's a word my father always say: no talking, no moving, no shaking, no sad looking. That is a tagline. That is one thing we do in our house. When you come with my father and he's called you in for a reason.
You see, I think your experience, it's quite different from mine. In as much as yes, we had respect and reverence for our father, because yes, he was a no nonsense man, but he gave us the room to have conversations with him, to speak to him. So what's you want to talk more about US?
Okay, mine. My dad gave us room to talk.
Okay.
Only when you are asked question. You only speak only when you are told to do so. My father can't be talking and you are talking. No, it doesn't work.
That's disrespectful.
These days I see kids, their parents are talking and they're talking back. It doesn't work in my house. You are going to be licked, properly licked. Trust me. Listen, there's some things I see these days and I see kids doing it and they say, Dad. You can't do that. When you stand before my father, oh my God, it's like a God. And you don't stand next to him, you stand away from him. You stand at ease with your hands behind your back.
But don't you think
looking at him?
Don't you think that was a bit too much?
I don't think that was
me, and I never saw my dad as a God. I saw him as a father.
Listen, the Bible said ye are gods. So let's bring that down. When I use the word, it was like a God. Yes, I'm a God of my own as well. God said I am. The Bible said I am. So that's who I am.
God is a title.
Good.
God is a title.
I understand what you're saying, but it says ye are God. We're little God.
We all are gods.
Thank you.
Your father, myself, my father.
Thank you. Thank you.
We always say this. You saw him as a God. You saw him as someone that you fear.
Absolutely. I was scared of him. And I was scared. You know the funniest thing? Yeah. You know the funniest thing? I was so scared of him that I can't speak until he he will just call me. He used to call him my native name. And he said, well, sir, so come here. You stand there. There says this thing where you stand there and he asks you questions, you are meant to just only answer. And that's it precisely. Right? But nowadays, it looks as if women don't understand what a man is.
It even reminds me, those statements I came across. I heard someone say that a strong society is built on strong men.
Absolutely, I agree on that. So, why I said nowadays women don't understand who a man is in the home, in the house, or as a husband. This man, who is he? Every woman thinks a man or a husband is another woman. At all.
Do you think that a problem we're having today is as a result of identity crisis?
Okay,
where even the time in America, there was this woman who was supposed to be appointed as who was nominated to chair the Supreme Court Justice. The Supreme Court for America, the United States Supreme Court. And during her nomination, she had to come before a Congress, the Senate.
Absolutely.
And they asked her, who is a man? Or who's a man? Who's a woman?
Who's a woman here?
And she said, she does.
No, yes. It's who? She tells us he did this.
There's a problem with identity crisis.
I agree on that problem identity crisis, but I'm coming there. One thing I want to say here is, I think nowadays, the reason why, like you said, the society we're raising broken men.
Yeah.
Yes? Yeah. It's because nowadays, the women who are marrying these men that have been raised by another man or another woman, they don't know what that man is. Who is he in the home? They don't know. Right? I think nowadays women see a man at home as another woman.
As another woman?
Yes, because they think if we are married, we are equal. Now, the truth is, if you decide to marry a man, if you decide to say, I want to take this man as my head,
okay,
the onus is on you to know who this man is. It's not for him to know you. I know he's supposed to know you in return, but You should be the one to learn about him, to know him. Yes? Who is he? The woman.
To learn the man.
Yeah, to learn the man. Because, I mean, let's take example. Let's get away from this marital, this home. You're going to work for Goldman Sachs. You don't know who Goldman Sachs is. You don't know his do's and their don'ts. You don't know their ethics, the code of conduct in that company. It's the same thing. You're going into a marriage with a man who you are going to go and submit to his authority, but you don't know him. You just think he's another man or who is just another woman at home. So we are two women in the house. That's where a lot of women see men as another woman. That's why they can come up with the phrase of, we are equal. I can tell you now, on earth, if you decide to marry a man, you need to submit to his authority. But in heaven, we are equal in the sight of God because there is no gender. We are all seen as the same. No male or female. But on earth here, if you choose to say, this is going to be my husband and I want to submit to his authority, then it is your own duty to learn who that man is. So, because if you don't learn who that man is and submit to his authority properly, you are being seen as somebody who is rebellious, and God does not like that.
Wow.
That's my take on it.
So God does not like
I can give you everything to back this comment I'm telling you. You can come up with, listen, comment section is open. You can say anything you want to say. I can give you everything to back it. You can, if you decide to marry a man as a woman, it is your sole responsibility. It is you that need to, it is not the man to know you, to learn you. He will. But it is for you first as a woman to submit to his own authority. One, to learn who this man is.
Okay.
What makes him tick? You need to learn it. How does he operate as a man? You need to learn it. Because that is how you're going to join him to drive the vision which he has brought to you. If you don't know this man, you can't help him to drive the vision. So I just gave you an analogy, not quite long, that you want to go and work for Goldman Sachs, but you don't know anything about their vision. You don't know anything about them, but you want to work for them.
You can't.
You can't.
Yeah.
So it's just the same thing as marriage. Okay. It's just the same thing. The reason why you're seeing clashes in homes, the reason why you're seeing homes getting divorced every day, and then you just came up with the fact that there are a lot of broken men in the society. The reason why that is happening, because the mother of these men that are being chopped up, that are being getting thrown out in the society right now, they've seen their husband as equal. They've seen themselves as equal. Most times the mother even head the home. The mothers are the ones that are leading the home. And now I tell you something quickly. In my case, my father was the head of the home. It was clear. My father was the head. But in this day and age, every woman sees things.
No, but the thing now is, why is a man losing the magic touch of being the head of the home?
Because the society is so full of these women, yes, they are pushing this narrative of we are all equal. So they are trying to door down that masculine energy that a man brings when he's coming to the home. That thing that makes him fight to protect his home. That thing that makes him fight to guard his home. That thing that makes him want to go out and provide. That thing that makes him want to go and sweat and get food on the table. The society is pushing that down. They are fighting against that, right? And do you know the reason why that is happening? One of the major reasons why that is happening is because, I'm going to say this and I'm going to be controversial. So pardon me on this, guys. Internet. The truth is, most of the women, majority of the women that are up for that are in the forefront of channeling this cause of we are all equal and there's no difference between a man and a woman, is because their father have not been bold enough to tell them the truth. That is just the common, honest truth. That's just it. Yep. So I will be happy to hear from a woman. I'll be happy to hear from another woman on the comment section. Please speak. Absolute speak. For me, I would.
I think one of the problems we've had is again, we have the issue of the global elites trying to push down some narratives, and of course try to feminize the world. And of course that's why you have the issue of the thing of trans. And if you look at transitioning, most of the people transitioning are transitioning from men to women.
Because it's a win.
I think they've made men so weak to the point that men have lost their value. They don't have a sense of value.
Absolutely.
And of course, you can never see the definition. What people assume a man to be.
Yes.
And most of the things that have been pushed down on what a man should be, right, has had to passed on through social media, had to pass on through the pop culture.
Absolutely.
I mean, the pop culture, the messaging they send to us is, violence, orgy, and drugs and all those things. And of course, if you're not in that space, right, it looks like you're not man enough. So people have now misconstrued, right? And I mean, they misrepresented who a man should be. To me, in my opinion, right, a man is a person. I mean, this was exactly the order of God from the creation.
God is the head, followed by...
From the creation, we saw that when God created the house, he created the man first, right? And when he created man, he gave man the instruction.
Yes.
He gave man what to do and what not to do. He told man, from this tree or from this garden, this is what you can eat, this is what you cannot eat, and this is what you should do. This is the order.
Absolutely.
Right? So the man is supposed to now, who was Adam, our first man, was supposed to then pass on the information, that God gave to him to the wife Eve.
Yes.
Right? So a man is, to me, in my opinion, is someone who hears that from God and then drives that message to the rest of his family. That includes his wife and his children.
So which is what you're saying is there's a hierarchy.
Yeah.
Yes, there's a hierarchy.
Yeah,
which is this God,
the man, and then the wife.
and the wife, right? And then the kids.
Yeah, and then the kids.
Fantastic. So if you follow that order,
Yeah.
it means that you are saying that after God, there is a man in the home.
Sure.
Then the woman comes under the man, which means she submits to the man's authority. If there's nowhere in the Bible that God said you should submit to your wife, He said you should love your wife the way I love the church, right? That's what we know. So there's nothing that says you should then submit to your wife. When He says submit to one another, I know people are going to say, there's a place that says submit to one another. Listen, that verse, I think to me, was talking about, say, me and another woman out there or another person out there. We should respect one another, right? I see that verse as talking about respect, more or less, like not talking about I should submit to my wife, right? Let's not deceive ourselves. A man and a woman is not equal. So if you see things from the point of, oh, this is my husband, just for a figurehead, but we are equal, then that's your home, madam. It's about to go to the room.
So, Samir, how do we now make men to become men? We've understood that men, we are having more weaker men in society, and men who are not leading their home, So how can men begin to now lead their homes? And of course, because we're saying that a society where there are no fathers, we've seen the kind of children that are produced. So I think how do men begin to lead a home, and how do we begin to have a thriving society?
I think we should, as a man, start this way. When you want to marry a woman, when it's time for you to marry, please, there are these key things you should have at the back of your mind. As a man, when you're looking to marry, now I need to talk to my fellow kings out there, because I think I'm not giving you guys enough airtime. When you want to marry as a man, you should look for a woman that is cooperative, that is agreeable, and a woman that is caring. Yes, A woman that is cooperative, agreeable, I would say understanding and caring. Yes, you should look for those kind of a woman, because if you go for the ones that you think that are beautiful, you are going to just regret it.
Again, I think.
But this is not me saying some women who are beautiful are not cooperative and agreeable. That's not what I'm saying. I mean, if you go for the other one on the other side of the divide, you're going to regret it very, very quickly.
Yeah, it's other thing that, I mean, for us to have strong men, right, of value, number one, they must have vision.
Yes.
And they must be able to lead. They must be ready and willing to lead.
Okay.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
that's what I believe.
I actually think.
Yeah.
I actually think these things you just said now.
Yeah.
To people like us, my generation, I think some of us or some of my generation, these things are already fed to us right from.
Yeah, and I think this current generation are losing the idea of having visions and taking the bulls by the horn.
That's a different discussion entirely. That's where I will start advising my queens to look at the kind of man they say yes to, the kind of man they want to. Because it's one thing to submit to a man, it's another thing to look at the kind of man you need to submit to. Now, but if you go ahead to marry that man, then it means you are already convinced that you can. So it's somebody that you're saying worthy to submit to. So for me, that's a topic we need to just dive in differently. But standing on this topic, as a man, there's a few things you need to look at before you marry the woman. Absolutely. As a woman, you need to know who a man is, who the man you are marrying is, who he really is, before you go ahead to marry.
What do you mean, like, who a man is?
As a lot of women don't know who a man is. They just think it's another man and that woman in the house, that we are equal. We're not equal.
It's a product of the woman from the man.
Right. That problem, it's not because it's really, I think the man, that problem, it's not necessarily from the woman.
I think the man has to communicate that. Before they get married, they should know what their roles are. Or do they believe in gender roles, by the way?
Hey, hold on, I'll answer that question. That problem is not necessarily from the woman. Hold on. That problem is not really necessarily from the woman. I'll tell you why. I said something earlier. I said, the father of these women, they are not bold enough to tell these their daughters who a man really is.
Is it because they've not seen one?
The father of these women.
Yeah. Because is it the women have not seen it?
Because I'm sorry, they didn't say they're not man enough in their home. I'm sorry.
What generation is this?
I don't know. I don't want to say the generation. A lot of these men who are giving birth to these women that we're seeing these days, they're really not man enough in their home. They're just yes men in their home. That's what they're doing. That's the reason why they're giving birth to these men who think the next thing you should do is to carry a knife and stab another person. Yes, because they're not the leaders in the home. In my home, oh my God, I can't even think of wanting to go and hold a sharp object. I can't think of it because I know if I'm reported, that's it for me. That's it for me.
I do think.
You see the funny thing? I don't think. See the funny thing? When you have a real man in the house, your sons will follow suit. When you have a real man in the house, in the home of affair, your son can't be standing in front of you and be shouting, "Yes, mommy, yes." No! In my house, you can't shout at my mom. You can't even call mommy. You can't do that. You have to walk to her to go and talk to her. You can't be shouting from the room and calling my mother. My father will call you and say, "Israel, come here." Yes? Who were you calling? I was calling mom. Is she your wife? Is she your wife? Knee down there. Face the wall. Call that person, get me cane. There's some things you can't do. Or the next day will say, hang up 45 degrees, hang in the air. So these men that have given birth to these women, they've not told them the truth. They've not been able to come up to these women and said, this is who a man is. And they've not really showed these women an example because a lot of them are just being in their home and just literally go to work, come back, relax, and go and chase other women outside. Those ones who chase women. Also now I'll just say, they say the society says I should keep quiet. When she does anything, I'll just keep quiet. If my wife does something and I can't speak about it, because of love, let me just keep quiet. No. So let's believe if you do something wrong in my house and you're my mom, my father will let you know about it. Not in front of us. It's not in front of us, but I think they have a way of discussing it within themselves, probably in the room. Sometimes early hours in the morning, your hand goes, man, yeah, they're asking.
I do think
So let's just agree on one thing. Hold up, let's agree on one thing. These men that are giving birth to these women, they've not been man enough to tell their daughters. I agree. Wait, they've not been man enough to tell their daughters who am he's taking the air. Sorry, I don't. At the time, are you? Yeah, at the time. I told you, I said, this topic is very close to my heart. It's very close to my heart, and I'm passionate about it. Because if these women are not being told the truth who a man is,
you can
their home
make your points. No,
their home is going to continuously break. A lot of them will go into marriage and spend 2 years, 3 years. The marriage disintegrate. That's it. They say they fall apart. It's a lie. Because the woman does not know who she's submitting to. She does not know it.
As it will bring
and she has not been told. We end this. The word has been taught by her father. This is who a man is. She's not been taught.
So the comment section are open to you, right? Please tell us what you think about who a man is, and tell us what you think the problem in the society is affecting men. To me, I think also that most men are looking to be liked, and they change the version of who they truly are.
Thank you. You are coming back to me. Most men are looking to be liked. So they change what they
look for a real man. That's all I'm coming to. I'm always for a real man.
If you say the so
most men are looking to be liked, and they begin to change who they truly are.
They start dwelling down to what a man should be.
So what I'm saying is that it is better to be disliked for who you are than to be liked for who you're not.
Okay, can I say something quickly?
Yeah.
You know, when I was growing up, I didn't like my father. I didn't like him. I used to say, who is this woman my mother married? But do you know, when I got to a certain age as a man, when I got into my 20s, oh my God, my father became the best person ever. Because most of the things he was trying to teach me then, they became part of my life. They became my survival skills. I told you when I went on exile, when I left secondary school, that's the topic I'll talk to you guys about. When I left, after I did my jam, when I went to down Chad after Sokoto, I was surviving as a 17-year-old kid that was not at home. After 16-year-old kid, I was not at home, living with his parents, but I was surviving. So those skills my father has taught me, they managed to carry me along. Till now, I'm still using some of the skills my father taught me. I'm using it in my business life today, even in my personal life today. So what am I trying to say? Like you said, nowadays, men who are supposed to be men in their homes are dulling down that thing that makes them men just because they want to be liked by their kids and by their wife. Just because they want situation to say, oh, I don't want to create any form of any of this, any of that. I don't want to bring any trouble. But what you are doing, mister, you are teaching your daughters that that's how a man is supposed to behave. You, who have decided to do that in your home, you are teaching your daughter that's how the man is supposed to be. So if she cannot find a man that is doing exactly what the father is doing for the mother, there's going to be problem. So the problem starts with you, sir. And I'm not afraid to point my accusing finger. It's common sense. The problem starts with you. Because if you are not man enough to tell a daughter, say, sit down. What's your name? What's the daughter's name? I don't want to call a name that came to my mind. I was going to call a name. And if I call that name, Israel will be shaking. So if you say, oh, Shaniqua, this is who a man is. If you chose that you want to get married, this is a man, which means you are going to, almost like you're going into a home where you want somebody to lead you. You have decided to sit down and allow the person lead you, take charge over you. That's who a man is. So, which means you have decided to submit to his authority and to his will and to his vision. And that's the reason why some of these women that are in different homes that are submitting to their husband, that are submitting to their man, that's why you see that God is blessing them immensely. God is blessing them with, you hear a praying woman that is submissive to her husband. Once she prays, pop, God picks it up because that's it. God has given you an instruction. He said, go and submit. And if you are doing that, you can go and cry and meet that God and say, God, Father, You have given me this husband. I brought him to you as my husband. You said I should submit to him. I submitted to him. God, this is what I want. And you see God speedily answering your request. But be there and stay as a strong head and see how God will answer you. Fire away. The points to your car. I'll let you decide. No, I'll let you close this one. I don't know. See, that's why I said. I don't know. That's why I said I didn't want to say anything today. I never said you took all the outside. That's why I said you don't have to give my opinion. The outside. They give us the room. No, Israel. No, you didn't give it the right to speak. I love you, but you didn't give it the right to speak. Listen, brother. Listen. I told you. I said this is a topic I'm very passionate about, and if you want to hear my opinion, I will say the way it is because this is common sense. I will say the way it is. I might have to step on some toes, but people would understand. Those who are really thinking the reason why women will go into these marriages, and before you know, a year, 2 years apart, they are gone apart. 4 years, most 5 years, they've gone apart. It's because their fathers have not told them the truth. All they are saying is, if your wife do this, just do this, just relax, just do this. Don't say a word, just leave her. Just go and sit down. Don't talk anything. Just leave her. Go and do this. Go and rub her back. Don't. A woman does something you can't say a word, you can't tell her. You can't voice it out. That's what you want your daughter to come and see. They want your daughter to come and see that, and she goes and marry another man. And then, once that man does not conform to that way that you have laid down between you and your wife, there's problem in that home. They always fight. Because the woman does not know.
I think for me, a real man is a man with a purpose and a man that has true meaning.
Thank you.
To life.
Yeah, with vision.
That's a real man.
Yes.
All right.
A go-getter. Don't forget that.
A go-getter, a man someone with a vision.
Thank you.
A leader to lead. Someone who's able to communicate.
Thank you.
Who's able to communicate. Yeah. The vision family and lead that vision.
A real man is a man that respects God.
That's what I believe a man is.
Don't forget, a real man is a man that respects God, that has an authority, submit.
That's what I said. I mean, you hear from God and you communicate that to your family. So you know what God wants you to do, right? And communicate that to your family. That's what a real man. A real man is someone who adopts the pop culture.
Thank you.
The pop culture.
You are trying to say I don't really catch the. We are both on the same show.
The pop culture is not the definition of a real man.
Thank you.
Right? That's not the definition of a real man. A real man is someone who hears from God and lead his family according to what God has instructed.
Thank you. Yeah. Absolutely. Thank you. I know a lot of people are going to come from me in the comment section bashing me, but I am prepared. If you guys want me to start pulling out receipts on what I'm talking about, I will pull it out. Because I just feel that what we are doing is we are beginning to just perpetuate the wound. They say wound, a very big wound in the society. What we are doing is we are perpetuating it. We're not treating the wound. We're just perpetuating it. That's what we're doing. But if we are ready to burn it with hot water and want the wound to go away, we should be ready to bear the hot water pain. That's what we're doing. Because I'm not going to sit here and just agree that says, you're already at home now. Happy wife, happy life. That's the narrative they're pushing. Happy wife, happy home, or happy wife, happy life. That is an arrant nonsense. It's not going to fly with me. They're going to fly with me, honestly.
I think, yes, we're going to end this. Please put down in your comment section what you think. And of course, we'd like to hear from you and we'll respond to you. We'll respond to your messages.
Absolutely. Guys, I want to appreciate you guys for all the support again. Like I said, the comment section is open. We want to hear from you. Let's see what you think. Let's hear what you think. I'm happy to respond. As I said, I always respond to the messages and Israel responds as himself as well. Guys, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Thank you for subscribing. We're now over 500 subscribers.
Yeah.
That means a lot.
Our next one is 1,000 subscribers. So today, share with your family, show their friends, share, subscribe,
and like, and leave your comments.
Yeah.
Until we meet again. God bless you. I've been Sorted.
I'm Israel. Have a great week.
Thank you. Have a great week.
Woo!